Let me just jump right into it. My name is Guardado, current student at Louisiana State University, LHRD 7110. I am here to give you this presentation on understanding your role as a mentor. This lesson is designed as a representation for a summarized overview of a leadership mentorship program within the workplace. It provides information to assist individuals in creating a leadership mentorship program which allows all employees to successfully fulfill the roles and responsibilities as a mentor while applying the when, where, and why to this process. What is the importance of mentorship? The goal of the specific training process is structured to assist the mentor and subordinate, mentee, or individual being mentored with a basic understanding of their roles and responsibilities. Facilitators must review the objectives and conduct further research to gain full understanding and grasp their role as the subject matter expert on this matter. For any presenter, it is vital to remind all participants that although the content may be familiar to some might see this as a new concept. Key indicators are to develop a basic understanding for all participants with familiarity of their responsibility. Participants that might require follow-on support are encouraged to conduct additional research and consult with additional personnel elected to serve in these roles to gain knowledge of the benefits and outcomes of this program. The purpose of this lesson is to provide leaders who have an understanding on all matters related to an organization's ebb and flow with emphasis on leadership. Any leader who voluntarily takes their time in developing and mentoring individuals demonstrates their dedication to the team concept, its members, and the organization's future. The agenda for today is going to be as follows. We're going to give the definition of mentorship, distinguish the role of mentor, recognize the role of the subordinate employee or mentee, mentorship key points of discussion, openly discuss mentoring hazards, misunderstandings, discuss the benefits of establishing a mentorship program, and we'll close with the summary. Let's define mentorship. Mentorship is a complementary developmental relationship. It can naturally exist between a person with more knowledge and greater experience, the mentor, and a selected individual of less significant experience, the mentee. It is characterized by mutual trust and respect and is normally established to provide guidance and advice to assist the mentee in his or her professional growth. Some special circumstances that might arise are situations might extend beyond leader to subordinate and often can be used at the same level, peer-to-peer for professional development process. Mentorship can be used to improve individual performance with professional development, personal career progression, and organizational morale in general. What is the role of a mentor? According to several academic scholars that I will reference at the end, the role of the mentor is to 1. Manage the relationship. The mentor has more responsibility to guide the individual being mentored. They make the decisions as to the who, what, where, when, and how this process works while having effective communication skills during mentoring dialogues and throughout the process. They encourage, establish a positive process to coach the mentee to excel while accomplishing all tasks and new challenges. Must be an excellent motivator. They nurture. The process includes amicable care in the developmental growth of the mentee while understanding the progression that the end state was for the individual or individuals to be successful. They teach. Mentors are the ones who are responsible for coaching and educating the mentee on all aspects of self-recognition of personal characteristics and behaviors in the workplace. They offer mutual respect. They listen, to be honest, to the mentee while offering the ability to manage emotions during the mentoring relationship. Mutual respect and listening to their opinions and work together to to achieve success. They respond to the learner's needs. Continued evaluation of the mentee. The mentor is always available for assistance for improvement while providing more extensive advice, making the mentee more aware of new methods or techniques. The mentor always respects professional boundaries and the mentee's personal goals. Now let's talk about the role of the mentee. The mentee must be open to change and motivate themselves to learn and grow. They must demonstrate enthusiasm to the mentor and the concept of the mentorship program, constantly being open to wanting to learn and grow. They're never afraid to ask critical questions. They must be open and receptive when receiving feedback from the mentor or others. They must also continue to seek personal progression through self-education for personal and professional growth. Further expectations of the mentee are as follows. Mentees must also be able to explore new concepts, be able to discover new strategies, be receptive, not be anxious to try new methods in achieving individual goals. In addition, the individual being mentored must be able to demonstrate these individual characteristics listed below. They must display a certain level of developmental maturity, demonstrate vast curiosity, show the ability to initiate and participate in professional collaboration, must also possess the ability to accept praise and constructive criticism, always displaying a positive attitude, a high degree of responsibility, and last but not least, the eagerness to explore new topics and broaden capabilities. There are important factors when taking into consideration how to properly select a mentor and mentee and pairing them together. There's a difference in want versus need. It is critical to the process to determine exactly what both individuals need and want to get out of the program. The selected program offers benefits for both concerned individuals as shown here. For the mentor, desires to validate their knowledge while needing to polish their leadership processes and skills. For the mentee, needs to learn the concept of becoming an effective supervisor and needs to be guided in knowing how to handle any possible conflict with coworkers or between coworkers. Also knowing how to effectively mediate these scenarios. Other important factors when pairing two individuals together for the mentor-mentee process are undisclosed values, attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors that could impact the bonding of the mentor-mentee relationship. Cultural, racial, or national similarities, bonding through likeness versus diversifying the grouping. Would you assign a mentor-mentee that looks, acts, or thinks alike, or creates gateways of diversity by grouping together people from different cultural backgrounds? Or would you select a parallel attraction, which over time research has shown that some people prefer to associate with those who come from similar fields, values, attitudes, personalities, and physical attributes, compared to others they typically view as unlike them or unlike their beliefs? Social diversity. Would you select a pair with someone who does not act, think, or look like you? Someone who came from a different state or geographical region? Or possibly someone that is connected to a different generation group? Generation X versus millennials, millennials versus Generation Alpha, or maybe even someone that is different from a gender different than yours or is part of the LGBTQ community. Some prefer a comfort zone versus a cognitive distance, while others prefer an ease of workload or employee to leader ratio depending on the work environment. The mentorship topics or areas of emphasis might include that as a designated mentor, special areas of emphasis when mentoring individuals may involve 1. Professional development, 2. Career personal growth, 3. Knowing how to time manage, 4. Academic progression outside the workplace, 5. Financial planning, 6. Resiliency and being flexible or flexibility, and 7. Improving fitness augmentation. When taking on the role of mentor, the three areas that will require attention and emphasis to prevent pitfalls are time. Allocating time and energy when mentoring individuals can become a massive obstacle. This is a time when one can take advantage of digital platforms such as email, text, and telephone as a way of speeding up the collaboration. Emails can facilitate sudden and impactful communication, but more frequent contact or face-to-face communication between the members will be required moving forward. In conjunction, some subordinates may not come to realize they are being mentored due to the informality of this platform being overutilized. Knowledge, skills. Upon being selected as a mentor, one might discover that a good match was not screened properly and require further assistance to shift the relationship or assignment, as they feel a disconnect with the mentee and does not feel essentially capable to provide guidance. In this type of situation, they can politely explain the animosity while asking the assignment coordinator to select another individual whose expertise might be closer with the mentee. And overdependence. The pros and cons of overdependence in the relationship dynamics can either be a challenge or capitulation in the mentoring process. Scheduling conflicts and daily duties of the roles and responsibilities of the mentor can create barriers, and it is not conducive for a mentee to become overdependent of the mentor. Mentoring challenges that might arise. Moving on. Mentors often are misguided when thinking they cannot end the relationship, that only the mentee can break the cycle. There are a number of legitimate reasons why a mentor might want to stop the process, including coming to terms that the mentee has outgrown the mentor, fixing problems. Some issues can be resolved, while others cannot. Often there are unrealistic and unattainable developmental goals. A mentor may come across as overly aggressive and expect more of the mentee, or the mentee may expect more guidance from the mentor that they do not have the expertise or willingness to provide. In order to avoid unrealistic expectations, the mentor should be overly detailed with the mentee about what they will provide along the process. Goals should be established in the early stages of the relationship. Some other roadblocks that might surface might be mentoring the opposite sex. In today's overly sensitive workspace, cross-gender mentoring can come across challenges with misunderstandings derived from a sexually conscious world. Those choosing to enter this process voluntarily need to be properly trained to understand that some people can often use these scenarios for personal gain or to bring attention to themselves while knowing how to handle these scenarios. Agendas. Both mentors or mentees may want to voluntarily take part in the mentorship program for undisclosed personal reasons. These reasons might be for their own personal profit, own personal pleasure, or to gain attention in the workplace. Overall, there are a great number of benefits of establishing a mentorship program. These are some of the positive aspects in fostering a positive mentorship program in your organization. Higher employee satisfaction, measurable transfer of knowledge and skills from one individual to the next, extended networking and collaboration skills amongst the workforce, increased organizational commitment, and improved retention. Further benefits of establishing a mentorship program to benefit the mentor are insights into the mentee's duties and responsibilities and organizational contributions, oversight, direct supervision, a sounding board for ideas and organizational improvements and adjustments, opportunity to improve counseling techniques, coaching practices, and enhance guidance skills, helping coworkers, managers, leaders, and all personnel to grow and develop in the workplace, and sharing work experiences and knowledge. Further benefits of establishing a mentorship program for the mentee include enrichment for new employees and employees looking to advance in the workforce, acquire additional skills, knowledge, and professional attributes to enhance their work experience. It would also help to strengthen their individual confidence. Employees will be better advised and enhance career planning with improved career progression. They can also use this to become more efficient and valuable team members. It can also help in the advanced networking with access to influential people within their workspace. In summary, during this presentation, we took the time to define mentorship, to distinguish the role of the mentor, to recognize the role of the mentee. We talked about some mentorship topics. We also discussed mentoring pitfalls, and we overall discussed the benefits of establishing a mentorship program in any organization. Thank you for your attention during this presentation on the mentorship program. Steven Spielberg was once quoted as saying, "The delicate balance of mentoring someone is not creating them in your own image, but giving them the opportunity to create themselves." My name is Alan S. Guardado, Louisiana State University, LHRD 7110. What are your questions?